everybody to Spitfire Theater. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday night. My name is Zach. I'm going to be your host for the fantastic Whose Line St. Pete. Now, I see some fresh faces and I see some old faces. Thank you so much for coming back and supporting us. I want you to make some noise real quick. How many of us have seen Whose Line Is It Anyway before? Let me hear you. All right. Most of you know what is going on. Now, here at Spitfire Theater, we do it a little bit differently because the points actually do matter. And at the very end, we will have somebody walking away victorious. So, if you want to understand exactly what we're doing tonight, take a deep breath, watch the screen.
In this show, our performers will play through a series of Whose Line style improv games, each inspired by the audience. Everything they do will be made up on the spot, so for each game, your host will ask you to shout out suggestions before we begin. After each game, your host will rate your applause from 1 to 5, and each player will get that many points. The louder you are, the more points they'll get. At the end, the 3 players with the most points will make the final round where we'll decide tonight's champion.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Your applause, the louder you are, will decide on who steps out of the theater victorious. So, before we get going and bring out our fantastic players, I want to go over 2 things. As the great godly video man said, I will be asking for inspiration tonight. You are just as much a part of the show as our performers because you're inspiring them. So, I want to warm you up. You're at a show, we want to hear you. I want to hear your voices. So, we'll start with a super easy, simple question. I just want you to yell your favorite color when I point at you. Yeah, here we go. Favorite color.
Red!
Oh shit! Red! Somebody's very passionate about red back there. Okay, alright, awesome. Let's get a little more specific. The street on which you grew up. The street you grew up on. Here we go. Oh, man, you guys came ready to give us some inspiration. Okay, alright. So, aside from inspiration, our players need to know when to, make the funny happen and get going. So, I'm going to give them a 3, 2, 1 countdown. It'll be on both of us to make sure they know when the game starts. So, I'll say 3, 2, 1, and you'll say go. Just like this. 3, 2, 1. Go! 3, 2, 1. Go! All right, everybody. Put those hands together for our performers! Walk on the stage with a bunch of lasers everywhere. Okay, cool. So, as I said, my name is Zach, but these folks are going to be bringing the funny tonight, so let's get to know them a little bit. Start right here. Mike!
Amadeus!
Gabby!
Matt!
John!
Cool. All right, so now we know the names and the faces. We're going to move right into our very first game, the all play. If you can't figure it out from the name, all of them are going to play in this one. Right? So they don't know what this game is. I chose it backstage right in my brain. I'm going to do reverse Jeopardy with these folks tonight to warm them up. So the way it works is we are going to give them the answer to the Jeopardy question. And then they are going to step forward and fill in what that question was that brought us to the answer. They can fill it in however they want. So all I need is something incredibly archaic, old, grandiose. What's some kind of inspiration for
The
that?
wheel!
The what? Oh, the wheel? Yeah, that's about as old as it gets. Yeah, okay. All right, our first Jeopardy answer is going to be the wheel, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1.
Go! What is the amount of cheese I eat on a regular basis?
What specifically on the bus goes round and round?
What keeps on turning, proud Mary, keep on burning? What invention fucked up civilization?
Alright, how about the chimney? Chimney.
What is the most common place to break in your house once a year?
What is Santa's entryway?
What is the place where I hid the bodies? What is Dick Van Dyke? Oh, fuck, I don't know. I didn't see the movie. I don't know. He was a chimney sweep. I don't know. He was a chimney sweep, though, right?
Yeah. What is the place that I have to crawl into regularly to get out my cat?
What is where we burn bread for Passover?
What is where that Duraflame log is still burning?
Alright, one more. We'll do the internet. Internet.
What is truly the bane my existence.
What is the best place to get both porn and cat videos?
What is the one invention that really fucked up civilization?
So, as I said earlier, and the great video man said, the louder you applaud, the more points they get. So, throughout the night, we'll be giving them those points. I would say that applause was middle of the road, 3 points. Yeah, there it is. So, I need to know how loud and soft you can be. I'll be giving them points between 1 and 5 after every single game they play. So, 5 is like drop dead, most hilarious thing you've ever seen. How could that possibly be made up on the spot, right? So, as loud as you could be, what does 5 points sound like from you all? Let's hear it. Oh, yes, a small but proud audience indeed. So, on the other end of the spectrum, improv, it's all made up on the spot. And sometimes it hurts you to watch it. And we gotta be honest with ourselves. Failure's a part of life, and sometimes you really deserve that 1 point. So, I need to know, what does 1 point sound like? You guys just became zombies. Okay, now I know, and now you know how soft or loud you should be or can be to give them points. So with that, we're moving into our next round of games, and our first game shall be Rinse and Repeat. Give it up for Mike, Matt, and Jenna! Alright, as a physical improv player, this is one of my favorite games we have here. The way Rinse and Repeat works is we're going to see relatively the same improv scene 3 different ways. We're going to give them 3 separate occupations. They're going to do the first scene in that occupation, and then reset and have to do like the same dialogue and the same movements, but as completely different workers and different jobs. So where are they going to start? What's their first job? Sexy plumber. I like that. Just a little more special. So we'll start with a sexy plumber. What else? Unemployed. Yeah, that's relevant right now. I'll take it just because of that. All right, so sexy plumbers, and then we'll be unemployed. Now, what's another job? Final one.
Coal miner.
A coal miner. Oh, we're starting in one spot and going to a very different place. All right, cool. We got sexy plumbers, unemployed folks, and coal miners. And we'll start with sexy plumbers in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, this suction is so hard.
Come on in.
Thanks for having us. Wow, that suction really does look like it's going well.
Everything's been so clogged up.
Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, let me give it a go. Looking right into this person's eyes super deeply.
Hold on. You
gonna
may
watch
need my help.
I would love you to help me unclog this.
We're going to see relatively the same dialogue and the same physical movements, but now they are unemployed. And here we go.
Wow, this DEO website is so hard.
Find any leads? Wow, that does look really hard.
I haven't been able to cash my checks yet.
Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, let me try and figure out this unemployment website.
Hold on. Maybe you need my help.
I think I do. I actually have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright, we've seen 2 out of 3. It's time to see the same scene rinsed and repeated, but now we are coal miners. Ready, go!
Wow, this black lung is really hard.
That black lung looks really bad.
Yeah, could you take over?
Yeah.
Look at all these sexy dead canaries.
Wow. I never realized black lung could be so bad.
I always wanted to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I got you into this career.
That sounds like a resounding 4 points. So, now we know how it works. We're going to keep it moving to our next game, and that is going to be none other than lists. Give it up for all the guys. Alright, yeah, I like this one too. It makes me work a little bit as well. So we're gonna get some inspiration for how they know each other and where they're at. But whenever I'm randomly inspired by my weird brain, I'm gonna ding the bell and just add a rule that they now have to follow. And the more rules I add, the more it tacks on to the list. And eventually they just have a million things they have to remember. And it's very fun to watch them try to juggle all those balls. So these people are in a location you've been dying to get back to. Where have you been dying to get back to?
Disney.
Oh, Disney! Oh, what park? Yes, Disney, of course, Disney. They're at one of the parks. Where are they at in Disney?
Epcot.
Epcot, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So we're at Epcot, and these two, they work there. What's their job at Epcot?
Cotton candy stall.
Oh, awesome! We're at the cotton candy stall at Epcot. All right, so that's enough for us to get started with lists in 3, 2, 1. Go!
Bernie, you can't. You're gonna break it again. Hold on, let me get the configurators.
Why do you always call me Birdie when you say I'm doing something wrong?
Well, I'm not gonna call you Bernando. We don't have time. We gotta line up the wazoo.
Yellow. There you go, young man.
Ma'am, we'll get to you in a second, ma'am.
God. Ma'am, I'll take you right now. It's okay. What? Strawberry? Could you?
Ma'am.
You're in the Germany section.
Yasen Flasen, ma'am.
Germany is a stone!
Where's the yellow dye? Where did you put the yellow dye?
The yellow deer is in the back!
Bonanza! Oh, you... Ma'am?
I didn't know screw it!
Yagen? Das? Okay.
What does it have to be the other person's hands?
I need to start it! Ma'am, you want a strawberry? We need to do yellow back soon! Can you accept banana? Banana! Wet banana! She wants... Okay, well, just let me fix this. 1 second, please. Be right back.
Like 20 new orders just came in.
Jesus fucking Christ! Okay, you, what was the flavor you wanted? Blueberry! Banana! Great! Good candy!
Switch places.
And strawberries! And oh, this thing is still broken! Oh no! Hold on, ma'am! I have a bad Okay, here we come! Okay! I want it for you! I want it for you! I want it for you! Calm down! Everyone to get the strawberry! Get rid of toddler, yes! You do look just like Pocahontas!
That was a solid 3. All right, yeah. They lost me after they had like the 20th flavor of cotton candy. I don't know about that. We'll see. Maybe you can get banana somewhere. All right. So we're moving on to our very next game. That's gonna be Act Harder. Give it up for Mike and Jenna. Yes. All right. So we like to be silly and everything like that here, but we also like to embellish and bring out the actor in us all, and that is exactly what Act Harder does. So, whenever I ring that bell, I'm going to ask them to act harder. They will have to increase the propensity with which they are expressing their emotions and talking to each other throughout the scene. Yeah. So, Jenna has done something to either positively or negatively impact Mike's life. So what has that action been?
Gave him coronavirus.
Oh no! Jenna gave Mike coronavirus. Oh, how did you come up with that, man? All right. Which means I guess subsequently she also has it. We'll see. All right. Now, Mike has done something to either positively or negatively impact Jenna in some way. What was that?
Stole his car.
Oh, stole his car. Yeah, we'll have to see which one's worse. I don't know yet. Yeah. All right. So you gave Mike corona, and Mike stole your car. We don't know if it happened before or after, but we're going to see that. And let's get a location for them to exist in here. Where are they at right now? What? Back here? Hospital waiting room. Okay, that checks out. Yeah, all right, cool. So here we are in the hospital waiting room. This is Act Harder in 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Thanks for driving me.
I guess I have to forgive you taking the car for a little joyride last week because my germs were just everywhere in that car.
I do appreciate it, though. I won the race.
Yeah. My case was a lot more mild. To be fair, I just thought it was allergies.
It's kind of messed up. They're making me like wait in the communal waiting room when I have an infectious disease.
I think they're really doing their best, Mike.
You're right. They're doing their
They're
best.
doing the most that they can with the, resources.
That's hard.
And it's just really inconsiderate when you refuse to think about the plight of the healthcare workers these days.
And you think it would be also equally inconsiderate to take someone's car without their permission?
Yes, well, that was a choice that you made, and the karma has given you the COVID. Sir.
I still do not feel that they are equal. Perhaps, we...
One was intentional and one was not.
That's hard.
One was more severe and one was less. So I think in the grand scheme, it balances us, sir. It balances.
Is that what you wish to say? Is that what you want to say to a man that may not be here tomorrow?
Perhaps it's not what I want to say, but it's what I feel. It's
No.
what I feel.
I told him. I forgive you, child. I forgive you.
Your grace is like that which I've never seen.
Your give me the hardest you got. Your poison is so sweet.
You can take my call anytime you need it.
It fills my body.
My is your
I hope I
fault.
expire.
My disease is yours.
It was a COVID scene, and it got 5 points. Oh, we all came to see it. All right. Cool. We got our points, which means we're moving on to our next game. What do we got up here? We got eye contact. Give it up for Mike and Matt. All right. I like this one. We're going to have a little bit of involvement with the tech booth. There's one simple rule with this game, eye contact. When there is no music playing, they are not allowed to look at each other. They can talk, they can do object work, whatever they want, but they can't look at each other until the music plays, in which case they must look at each other the entire time without breaking eye contact. And back and forth and back and forth. So, we're in a pretty high stakes situation right now. Something is broken, something's gone wrong, they're looking for something, or perhaps they've won something that's so insane it's mind-boggling. What is this high stakes situation?
They lost their dog.
Oh no! Yeah, I've been there. That shit's terrifying. Yeah. A dog is lost, and where is this dog lost? Yeah, where have they lost their dog? What?
The Everglades.
The Everglades! Oh man. What we need to know about the Everglades is that there are currently too many snakes. Is the answer to that. So, we're somewhere in the Everglades, and a dog is lost. This is eye contact in 3, 2, 1.
Sweet Poochie Muffin! Muffin! Honey, Muffin's not responding.
Do you know how many snakes out here might be named Muffin?
How am I supposed to? I want my muffin, honey.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the snake's not going to know. It doesn't know that there's a dog named Muffin out here, or it could, and that'd be a worst case scenario.
Are you saying?
Muffin might be gone.
What? Don't tell me that.
Eaten by a snake named Muffin.
No, there's a muffin inside another muffin somewhere.
Muffin.
Muffin, if you're out there, sorry. Muffin, if you're out there, I was just totally drawn to.
What are the odds, though? You know, I mean, a snake named Muffin. Who named it?
I don't, it's a little weird that you're focused on a snake named Muffin instead of our Muffin. It almost makes me think like you don't want to find him.
How about this possum?
You don't want to find him? That's not my dog! He's pretty cute.
We could name him Muffin.
We could be a muffin family again.
Unless he gets eaten by the snake who is named Muffin, who also ate Muffin.
Muffin.
Oh God! What does that happen? And then we cut the muffin snake open and we found the possum muffin and our dog muffin.
That's like Russian muffin dolls? Is that what you're saying? Is this really what we're talking? Is this really what we're talking about right now, honey?
I guess emotionally I was never really ready to have a dog. But when you couldn't get pregnant,
don't make this my fault. You got sterility positive. Yeah?
it's like the desert! How dare uterus!
My uterus is like the Everglades who stand infertile and lush and moist. Your ball sack is just like the desert too. Your balls are dry. They're just like prunes. You couldn't give me what I wanted, so I got a dog. I just wanted a dog for a family, honey. Honey, I just wanted a family.
Ultimately, Muffin.
How else do you end the scene other than from the audience? This is sad. Oh my God. It doesn't have to be funny the whole time, because even when it's sad, it's funny. So we know what we're doing. All right, we are moving on to our next, and if I'm not mistaken, final game. This is big news from Mike, Amadeus, and Gabby. All right, all right. So, folks, there's some big news that's about to be announced here at Spitfire Theater right on the stage. And first, it will be given via gibberish from Mike. Mike will just speak in gibberish, just a couple sentences. Then Gabby, for those of us who don't understand gibberish, I get it, it's fine. Gabby will translate into English. Now, I know some of us here maybe have, trouble with our ears. We can't hear very well. That's why Amadeus is here. Amadeus is going to translate it physically with his body. So we're going to see it 3 different ways. Once he's done, we'll go back to Mike. He'll continue with some of the big news as he goes. So what I need is a big news that you would hear from a major platform. What's the big news right now?
He's a ghost. Oh, Jesus.
He's a ghost?
I'm a ghost.
All right, I think we got it. So the big news is the person giving the news has died and nobody knows it yet. So we're slowly going to give the news that, surprise, I'm dead. Okay, we got it. We're ready to go. All right, folks. I've never seen that before. That's great. All right, this is big news. 3, 2, 1, go!
Flog. Kusimani Balani Wahawani Koranga Bapa Biba Gorgi Wow Gogorganongi.
Oh, hey, guys. It's me, Fred. You invited me to this party, and I've been bleeding out in the back like a moldy banana all over the floor. But no, it's cool. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Flip from you Wrong Condom Bungo Go Snog Bong and Krong Korapa
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I mean, Tony, Sarah, Eagle, you guys left all those knives out on the floor in the fucking kitchen, and I came in with the blindfold on!
Barshanami. Koramnaga, Bogago, Lo. Shalaba.
Sarah. It's fine, though. It's fine, guys. Because clearly, as you can see, I'm still here. Yeah, true. I could see myself there, on the floor bleeding out. But somehow, I surpassed death and life. So I'm like a god. So Eagle, whoever named you, Chris, Tom, I see you in the back. You guys can go to hell.
Oh, that's a 2-pointer right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh, maybe it was the dead thing. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So that is all 5 of our games. The points have been tallied by the Super Guy computer, and it's time to move into our final round. Yes. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to find out who is moving on, who our top 3 performers are, doing a 1-person improv challenge. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Up there, we've got Jenna, Matt, and Mike. Give it up for us. But Mike, Amadeus, Gabby, they were also very hilarious, did a phenomenal job. Let's have them stand up. Everybody wave for them. Floating off to proverbial improv heavens, cold bench in the corner. So, our top 3 performers, as I said, are going to do a 1-person improv challenge before your very eyes. And then you will vote, hoot, holler, and applaud for your favorite player, and they just get to feel really good about themselves, because we don't have a crown right now. So, let's move into our first player. What are we going to be? Who's playing this first one? Yeah, I'll pick. Jenna, come on up. Jenna. All right, Jenna, I have one of 4 possible 1-person games, so I'm going to have you choose. This is just so that they have no idea what the hell is going to happen, and it truly is the most improvious of improvisation. All right, Jenna, how you feeling?
Fantastic,
Pretty
Sarah.
good night, yeah? A little sweaty? Yeah, I'm a little sweaty.
Yeah.
All right, we got game number 2. That's going to be Quirks. Jenna, you've got Quirks. Quirks is a 1-person version of the game Lists that we played earlier. So Jenna is going to be delivering some sort of announcement. Think like she just arrived at like a university campus, and she's a master of some skill or some subject, and she's going to give a sort of TED talk to you all. And on the edge, I'll just add as many rules as I want to as she goes. So Jenna is a master of her craft. What is she here to teach you about today? Astrophysics? Oh, you like karate? Oh, that's so sad.
So much
Yeah, all right.
guys.
It is time to hear everything about astrophysics from Jenna. This is Quirks in 3, 2, 1, go!
Well, good evening, everybody. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Tonight, I would like to talk to you about the exciting and ever-evolving field of astrophysics. Now, as you know, we are a part of a large and ever-expanding cosmos that, well, quite frankly, is very big and scary. Those are scientific terms.
That Subway sandwich you had is finally starting to hit the base.
So, as you will see throughout my talk, that the very large world of cybernetics and astrophysics is ever changing and ever evolving. So I want to share with you some of my recent discoveries that are very exciting.
You're secretly an alien.
And are in no way related to the mothership. As I go on, I will
would like to address, first of all, the multiple suns that seem to be colliding and threatening potential extraterrestrial creatures. So the resources that we have here on Earth, like those food chains, they're fantastic.
You still haven't gotten over your ex, Betty.
They remind me of someone who always loved sandwiches at a quick and convenient price. And so, I would like to propose a new movement of allocating resources here on Earth in order to support the greater astrophysical cause of the universe for potential life outside of this realm, which I know you are all open to, just like Betty was.
You're a part of a multi-level marketing scheme.
So, if you all would come and donate 10% of your resources, and then find 3 other friends to donate 10% of their resources, then maybe Betty will love me again.
So, lock that one away. Remember, you're voting for your favorite at the end of the night. So, let's get our second performer. Let's have one of you come on up. One of the others. Matt, all right, give it up for Matt. Here we go. All right, Matt, you know you're not getting quirks, but there's still 3 on the board. What are you thinking? Oh, right down the middle. All right. Let's see what you've got before you, my friend. Oh, we got a red herring, ladies and gentlemen. A really fun one, a very difficult one. So the way this works is we have about 100 random memes and stupid pictures that we pulled off the internet that Matt has never seen before. And Matt is the private investigator that has just solved a heinous crime. And he's going to be using those random pictures to walk you through how he solved the crime, who did it, etc., etc. So all I need from you to inspire Matt is the crime itself.
Strangled cat, farting in public.
You guys are, these people are fucked up down here. I don't have to aware of that. Oh, man. Oh, you with the animals. All right. A cat has been strangled. And Matt, fortunately, using the evidence we'll see here, has solved the crime. This is Red Herring in 3, 2, 1, go!
Hi everybody, my name's Timothy, and I'm here to explain the curious case of the cat in the daytime. So I was going to school one day, and I went and saw, that was my face the day I first saw the cat. The cat was laying there. I saw all 4,273,186 of its hairs and then it went, and I saw the light go out from its eyes, but then...
Oh, God!
I remembered it was that cat's birthday. And then I thought, well, who would want to kill somebody on their birthday? Like, like the present? Oh, well, maybe dad got them the wrong present. Maybe the dad cat went away, and then maybe the mom cat went away too, and then the cat got left alone. But it was that cat's birthday, and somebody wanted its treats. That's right. McDonald's did it. McDonald's did it because cats primarily make up chicken nuggets. After 4,273 different separate tests of chicken nuggets, we found that 96% of it was made of cat meat. However, the person who came to get this cat was my baby brother. My baby brother crawled out of his crib because there are computer chips planted in our brains by McDonald's to make us kill cats. That's how they feed the populace and cheap labor. And I know this because I had to remove that chip from my brain myself when I was 5 years old. Here is a little representation of the data that involved. This is how chips get communicated out. See, it begins with an initial wave, and then at first the enthusiasm of the chip implanted person is it's going to get a steady increase, but then it drops rapidly. And that's why McDonald's is putting chips in.
Oh, Oh, the second picture was a cat. I can't believe it. Woo! All right, we've got one more performer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see Mike up here.
I'm a little afraid.
Yeah. Well, first we got to pick the game, then we'll pick the inspiration. You got two left. All right, let's see what shall be before you. How do I open this? All right, here we go. Number 4, game number 4 is none other than Shakespeare. So, Mike is going to put on his Shakespearean face as he delivers a fantastic and dramatic improvised monologue about just an incredibly mundane, super boring object that he has to make interesting. So, let's say you rolled up at a really cool looking garage sale, and the first thing to your left is something you see. What is that object? A what? Hubcap! Just one hubcap. Dead cat. Yeah. No, not a dead cat, a hubcap. Alright, cool. So, Mike, time to put your Shakespearean face on, and this is a monologue all about a hubcap in 3, 2, 1, go!
Low! Low, my car has become low. Low, it had a fertile and vibrant glow, but now look at it, it's no condition to show. A cap. A single cap. A single cap, and now it looks like a dead cat. For you guys. Just a sad representation of what my life could have been. I could have been a star. My life has come down to this. Come down to this one bright star. Of course, a single hubcap cannot mean so much for you and for all of you out there, but you don't understand. This hubcap was Yes! Yeah! It wasn't, and now without that, my life has come to ruin! Oh, if only I would be taken out into the swamps of the Everglades, fed to snakes, and only then could I find relief, for this hubcap will grieve me, and I will grieve it back, for I will never see you again. This is over between us. Nay, it'll never be over. My hubcap is out there somewhere far, somewhere out there in that bright star. Someday my hubcap will come back to me, and you'll see. I don't know what'll set me free. I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll have to wait till another day. Okay. All right, folks, we've had a great night. We've seen our top 3 performers. Let's get them back up here. Yeah. All right. So, we're going to have our performers turn away for me. Turn away and close your eyes. I will point at them one at a time. And this is your last chance, folks. I want you to be loud. I want you to scream, hoot, holler, clap your hands, stomp your feet, whatever you got to do. The loudest person, or the loudest applause for which person we see here is going to be the victor. Yeah? You ready?
Ready.
All right. Let's do it. All right. It was pretty close. That last one took it away. Everybody turn around here. We had a great show. Everybody did a phenomenal job. But as I said, only one can leave victorious. And that individual tonight is none other than Jenna! That's it, my friends. That was Whose Line St. Pete. Make some noise if you had a great time. So, we do this every single Saturday with a bunch of varying cast members. So it's always different, it's always new, it's always improv. And if you want to stay and see something totally different, right after this, we have our clothesline show, where these performers are going to try to do 30 scenes in 60 minutes, inspired by a big hanging clothesline of inspiration. So, if you want to stay, hang out, see that, I highly recommend it.